My grandmother believes smoking cannabis for 5 decades is the secret to her good health in old age. Ms Francey, 70, from Vancouver, who has thrown away all her pills, credits her marijuana habit for helping her to manage her arthritis, sciatica and insomnia, saying her medication used to slur her speech and affect her balance. Ms Francey, a former drugs and alcohol counselor, began campaigning for cannabis legislation in Canada with the group Grannies for Green after her son was held back a year at school for smoking marijuana, and is encouraging other weed users to come out of the closet. She said, "We need to help older people have a better quality of life. Cannabis helps you to overcome anxiety about day-to-day life and stop sweating the small stuff." Canada plans to legalize recreational cannabis use in July 2018. In the US, 29 states have legalized marijuana for medical use, of which 7 also allow the drug to be taken recreationally. Recent studies have found that cannabis does not affect teenagers' IQ and could even prevent mental decline in HIV sufferers. However, research also reveals marijuana increases people's risk of bipolar disorder, psychosis and high blood pressure-related deaths. Cannabis helps you to overcome anxiety about day-to-day life. Ms Francey, who grows cannabis in her garden, exchanged her medication for marijuana in different forms. She said, "I threw away all my pills. They had slurred my speech and affected my balance. Now, I have a little concentrated oil which relaxes, soothes, repairs and prevents illnesses." A hot coffee with a toasty cannabis tincture works well for arthritis, pain and sleep. I'll inhale a dab for sciatica, and after that I can walk. I'm eating healthy foods, walking daily, doing yoga, a little meditation and writing too. We need to help older people have a better quality of life. Cannabis helps you to overcome anxiety about day-to-day life and stop sweating the small stuff. A cannabis community was there waiting for when I could come out of the closet. Ms Francey first started using cannabis when she was 17 but kept the habit to herself in case it damaged her reputation as a drugs counselor. She said, "I didn't like the effects of alcohol on myself or others, but I was drawn to the creative, fun and intelligent cannabis community." While cannabis gave me lots of support, social stigma held me back from fully participating in my community. Fearing I would compromise my reputation, cause disruption to bosses, co-workers and others, or even lose my job, I could not reveal my use. I kept my distance from others I might have had as friends. I kept this secret from all but my closest people. Had cannabis been more accepted, I could have offered greater contributions to my community. She said, on the other hand, a supportive, welcoming cannabis community was there in the wings waiting for when I could come out of the closet. I hope my example as a professional social worker and middle-class older women will inspire others like me to self-educate themselves and emerge with their own unique voice. Despite her regular use for decades, Ms Francey claims the turning point in her life was when her son Jovian, then 17, was caught smoking cannabis at school and was punished by being held back a year. From this point, Ms Francey has actively campaigned for a change in the law. She said, "I dedicated myself to fighting for justice for youth cannabis users. With new laws against young people who are possessing over 5 grams, we need to continue this fight." "I'm not your ordinary granny. I'll bake cookies in the morning, enjoy a tincture-infused coffee, then take my dog Bill for a walk near the river. I cook with and smoke cannabis. Tinctures, vaporizers, dabs, capsules and edible butters all have their place in our house. I grow a grandma-sized garden in a little 8x3-foot closet. Growing saves my husband and I thousands of dollars each year." She said, "Sometimes on the way home, I'll stop at a cafe and play Scrabble. I'll then try to squeeze in an hour of accordion practice so I can then play at protests or cannabis festivals. I might do some yoga for sciatica and set up the art studio to paint beside my growing cannabis plants." Ms Francey also look after her grandson Eli Francey, 7, several times a week. She said, "It's too early to explain when he doesn't see or hear about cannabis and is not part of his home life. I would not use cannabis with a teen until age 19. My child saw cannabis used at parties and we discuss why and how to keep it private." Jovian, now 40, once threatened to turn me in after his grade 3 class had a police officer who asked the children to do so.